you'll hear.
By your command.
Woo! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Getting Down with Dave C. and my faithful companion on this eventful journey that we call Comic Book Wednesday night, I guess. Right, JT?
Hey, Dave. Good to be here. We were talking backstage. You're like, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. And I'm like, I'm doing well. And then I just have my allergy sneeze. I'm like, oh, I hope I was on mute. And I was. Thank goodness. But, oh gosh, I sign into the backstage folks and all I see is like this zoomed in face of this crazy ass Joker, like big. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing this week.
This is what we're I told JT that this comic book series, I think it's 9 or 10. There's a little bit of debate about number 10, but I think the chat set us straight last week that there is 9. And then number 10 was like an addition later on. We'll worry about that when we get to it. I'm flying on the seat of my pants these days. So as last week, the way we're doing this, both of our original comic book places bit the dust. Then you got this one back. But for security reasons, I have to do this a little bit different. So I cannot look at StreamYard and do the comic. So I'm waiting. Okay, so it's moving up and down for me on the YouTube side. Yep. So we're good to go there. So all I got to do is I have to deal with the delay on my side, but I can it actually helps me because I have the other laptop and I can deal with the chat and hang out and talk.
Right.
And the second other issue that I'm having here is my movie night, Thursday nights that I'm having fun with, is that I don't subscribe to any. I did Crunchyroll because there's some anime that I wanted to burn up. It's a 7-day free trial, and I've already burned through the series. One series I want. Cosme doesn't link to that anyway.
Oh, okay.
And I think, though, I might be able to share my screen with Crunchyroll, but I have a bunch of movies, and I'm getting some really good requests. And thank you, FKHC 2005. It's got just tons of good requests. No, I don't have the Amazon Prime. And I had a question about that. I'm glad you brought it up. On Amazon Prime, do I have to buy Amazon Prime and then rent the movies? On top of that, not that I'm being cheap, but I kind of am, because I'm not sure that I have to pay for Amazon Prime the service, right, JT?
Yeah. Well, once you pay for the delivery part of Amazon Prime, you get Prime Video.
So Prime Video comes with it.
Yeah.
Okay. You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a relief. I mean, because imagine
there must be news to me that I've been missing out on otherwise all these years.
I didn't know. So yeah, FKC.
Yeah, some are free. Some you do have to pay for. It's some are free, some are a pay service, but a lot of stuff on there is included. I don't want to say free because you pay for the Amazon Prime subscription,
right? But you pay for
there
Prime.
Are a large number of movies and videos and things that are included.
Okay, because I could do HBO Max for a few, and I could do that for a couple of months for fun, right? I'm not trying to be that cheap. Because it looks like I might.
You mean you're telling me, Dave, that you haven't been logging on to Amazon Prime to watch The Rings of Power season 1 and season 2?
That'd be a big fat effing no.
What?
No.
No.
As you well know, I'm a pretty big Lord of the Rings fan. I just don't tell about it too much. You want to see my sword?
I don't think they allow that on YouTube.
What? Showing my sword? I have to get out of StreamYards and all that. Anyway, I have Arwen's sword, the real deal here.
Yeah. I thought you were asking to show me something else. I was like,
no.
Okay.
No. But anyway, I do have that. I have the original Lord of the Rings and Hobbit books that I must have had since the early 70s. I've got a big map of the Shire in a really nice frame. I've got a little bitty Gandalf over there and a big Gandalf over there somewhere, and I'm still in the box. Well, I took it out, but I haven't taken it back out. So, anywho, back to the moment at hand. Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready for this?
I don't know if I can ever be ready for the kind of jokes we're going to get in this thing.
Yes.
if issue number 1 was any indication, then yeah.
How do I even get out? I can't even. It's not even letting me get out of this to show my sword.
No, you're fine, dude. Let's just proceed ahead.
All right. So the cover, pretty good. Get a large Joker here, and he's dealing the cards, which is kind of his thing, right? He likes the playing cards, the Joker cards.
Only I like the Joker stands between you and the law.
The law. And he's dealing with this dude right here, who I thought maybe that was Toy Man, but not sure. I had no idea.
Well, who knows at this point when it came out in the 70s? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I don't. His name is Willie the Weeper.
Yes. Is he a grim weeper?
No.
There's already a joke right there, Dave. Did you catch that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Hey, buddy. Welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy.
Everybody. Hail to you. Hope you had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a good weekend.
So we're not even on page 1, and we already have a groanable joke.
Oh, there's some groaners in here, but we'll have fun.
I laughed at it, though. So if that tells you anything about the kind of humor I like.
Yeah. Well, you get a nice little skyline here. You still get the pinstripe pants. The art, I like the Joker's art. I do.
Oh, it's a good cover. It's a good cover. I like the light blue, too. If you're to see this on the stand, it's going to draw your eye, right? It's bright.
Mm-hmm. And so the Joker really stands out with the contrast of the cards and this guy, larger than life character with the Gotham City backdrop right there. Right?
Mm-hmm. And I love how they mess with your brain here. The Clown Prince of Crime instead of the Crown Prince.
Yeah.
The more you read, the more your brain likes to fill in mistakes, which can be why it's hard to edit your own work, especially. But I don't know how intentional that was, or if it just was not at all. But it hurts my brain to read it.
Total intentional.
Yeah. So,
and then we get another like this pretty cool backdrop scene with both the characters that are really, really huge, with the buildings and these couple of guys here. Accepts the strangest challenge of his criminal career. So this is important. The Joker's actually trying to help somebody. Imagine that, right? But he's a criminal.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How much is helping him really helping himself? Because it says, he doesn't do zip for anyone without expecting to turn a pretty profit.
Exactamente. So good, dude. But you get a little detail art here, too. To the left, the building, see? With the windows and stuff in. That's pretty cool. Right? Guy's got a big ass bow tie.
More of the foreground or mid-ground building. I know it sounds weird just to talk about windows and things in this, but you get more detail on the building than you would in some of these other runs of different comics we've read from the contemporary period.
We like detail. Well, Kirby was very good at it. It was very rare that he had blank backdrops. And always
Dave, you got your foliage.
Always got a good plan. I miss my monitors from BSG.
Yeah.
Anywho, there's a few names here I wanted to mention. I recognize a couple of these. Denny O'Neil and Garcia Lopez for the art.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely know that name. I couldn't tell you a bunch of them that he did, but I know the name. The other guys, the Clobber and Times, you would know. Mark and Nick and a few others probably do. Probably people in the chat as well. J-Man and all those guys would know who Garcia Lopez is, definitely. Especially
see the editor Julius has a Schwartz as big as mine.
Julius Schwartz. And there's a few relatable things here. Some security guards. But now remember, a little back review from the first episode, first issue. You and I always say episodes. That the Joker had the going at it with Two-Face on stealing the old doubloons. And it was a crazy
the
scene.
Double-faced doubloons.
The double-faced doubloons. And there was about 10 or 11 double entendre jokes in there about doubles. And
at least. I think you're understanding it by half. I mean, it was like, can we do 4 on one page? Let's try.
Well, if you split that.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So then at the end, he was captured again and gets put back in the Arkham Asylum.
Well, he's in Arkham Hospital.
Okay.
Why? I don't know why he's in Arkham Hospital.
Well, it says hospital, but then in the yellow box it says asylum.
Yeah. So I didn't get it. But anyway. Well, apparently he's already escaped. Because he's the Joker, and it's kind of cool. I like this card, but this dude here is ripping into the security guards. How can you fall for that? And they're like, well, look like him. I mean, I don't get it. What you mean?
Right.
And what's it say again? Oh, gone on vacation. That's right. Back in 20 years.
Back in 20 years. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
But, well, it's even funnier. This is the 5th time you've let Joker escape.
The 5th time. There won't be a 6th. So what? We're fired? Well, yeah. You're fired.
Exactly.
It's only the 6th time, but it's the Joker, man. Nah, didn't work.
I have a feeling they might go work for him.
Yeah, assuming it's meant to be the same guy.
I'm just saying these 2 Jokers, not to be too punny here, or too pithy. I think that these 2 were going to get recruited by the Joker somehow.
I thought so too. But let's see how that pans out.
Okay.
You weren't far off. You were close. Let me see which ones. These 2. Okay, yeah, yes. These 2 guys. Okay, because another dude gets involved here, I think, later. And Benny, their names are Benny and Marvin. And they will be back around.
And I love it.
Buddy knows the Weeper character. I don't know the Weeper.
I don't either.
I'm not that familiar with I should know from some of the older Batmans, but I do not.
The Weeper from 42. Weeping Willie, the Crying Clown, and Trademan Tears. Interesting. Okay.
Very nice.
Oh, he looked it up.
Shouldn't have told us that, buddy. Just keep it.
You don't want to set the bar too high for yourself, though, Dave. So if you do that, then it gets honest, messy.
I like my chat.
Yeah. So I love this. They're going to Joker's lair, the Hacienda.
Yeah. He's throwing darts at Batman. Classic outfit there, right?
Yeah.
I've been looking. I got this little Funko thing.
Your action swooshes.
My action swooshes and darts. Yep. But then did you notice? I didn't even notice it until just now. Right in the middle, behind that big speech bubble. Look what that is. So you're talking about being a narcissist, right?
Yeah. He's got a bust of himself.
He's got a huge bust of himself. It's life size. It's more than it's like a 1 to 2.
Yeah,
you know
almost.
It's double.
Yeah.
And that's good. And the henchman in the back there just smoking his cigarettes. Back there it was okay. And then, in the Joker's outfit, they stay very consistent with it. They're very good with that. See the pinstripes and the buttons and the tie. They're very good with keeping it real, keeping it 100.
Okay. No. He sniffs my pleasure. What did you say your name was? Willie the Weeper. Silly, isn't it?
Yeah, he cries too constantly, especially when he's trying to do a job, a bank robbery or a loot robbery, anything he's trying to steal, he has a problem here. So he goes to the Joker. So you can read that here in the second panel. Oh, that's what he actually says.
Well, yeah, anytime that he actually gets his hands on the loot, he starts breaking down and crying. And it's so severe that he can't actually finish his crime out because, well, he's just so moved for whatever reason.
We're not quite sure.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
The Joker's like, yeah, I feel for you. Life without crime would be empty, but I don't know, what I'm going to exactly do to help you here.
Yeah, it's a little odd, but that's the character. And Buddy looked it up for us. Thank you, Buddy. And he's a true to life character in I'm assuming a couple different things, not just this run. And then the Joker oddly sympathizes here, but that's the storyline. So, right, I wouldn't be more apt to know that the Joker would probably not hang around with guys like this,
right?
But you did get one part right. The Joker's always got something going on, right?
Yeah.
And he actually offers to help. I'm going to help you, dude. And then he's got a bunch of other posters in the background. And then this henchman, man, he's up to something.
Harold. Yeah.
Is that his name, Harold?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That is his name, Harold.
It is his name.
He tries to rob him.
I got an idea for collecting the reward on you bums.
Get your hands up.
Yeah. Stick them up. Yeah. That kind of thing. Sure. I only agreed to drive you to the car so you'd lead me to the Joker. Interesting.
And look at the detail over here on this pole. I didn't notice that either from before. I always notice a lot of stuff when we do the review. It's kind of cool. Even I just read this like an hour ago.
Oh yeah. Well, PSG is going to definitely, make that a solid color beam.
Oh,
at best.
Solid.
So, I must admire your NCC 1701, Harold. You've got the stuff that's made this country great.
Yeah.
How about a handshake? Okay, but no tricks. All right,
Harold. Don't do it, man. Haven't you read the comics or watched the movies?
Tricks, me, Harold. You hurt me.
Me deeply, Harold. Apparently, Harold hasn't read the comics.
Apparently not. Oh, and the easiest, a shocker. Get one of those buzzers that. Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Phantom Outsider.
Joker. Hey, Phantom. How you doing? And thanks for all the comments on the other videos, dude. I appreciate it. Very insightful and nice of you to do that as well. He had some really great comics on our show from the shows from last week and some other stuff. So old Harold's an idiot and shakes his hand. But Joker would be like, normally, we bought that stuff from the comic books. Remember that comic book video we did? Go back and watch that, everybody, if you haven't watched it. It's a good one, the 3-hour one. So Joker here says he cranked it up to 200 volts. That's bad, right?
I mean,
it's like a cow thing. It's not.
No, well, voltage without anything else is not that. Is not that much. You need amperage behind it, right? So, like, if you were to think about a static shock can be like 2,000 volts up to like 20,000 volts. But there's no amperage behind it usually. So
the power behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's funny. Like you watch, what is it? Jurassic Park. And I think the signs say on the electric fence is 20,000 volts, but that's not really going to hurt the dinosaur without having any amperage behind it. So yeah, Phantom's right. It's the amps that kill you. So, I mean, 200 volts, okay, but it's little misleading, but hey, this is not a comic that is grounded in scientific reality. Oh, thank you. Oh.
Did you mean to do that?
No,
Say,
but
when somebody asks you if you're a guy, JT, you say yes. Are you a god? Anywho, Joker understands the whole voltage ampage thing, so he whacks Harold in the back with a damn vase.
Yep.
But, ladies and gentlemen, I have to warn you, what comes next was quite a shocker. Yeah.
Looks like he got burned pretty bad by the Joker.
I've been waiting to set that up and then pull that off all night.
You didn't hear mine, Dave.
No, I didn't. I
bet he got burned pretty bad by the Joker.
Nice, dude. So, okay, everyone, this
content warning.
The part that comes next, no do was quite a shocker. I did not see this coming at all. And we're going to get into a little bit of talk about, should it even be in this as a comic book? Are you ready? Look what he does to Harold.
Yeah, content warning, folks.
Content warning. The Joker is evil. But that got brought up last week.
It's too bad I have to dispose of him permanently, but he knows the location of my hacienda. Let me drag him to the incinerator.
Ooh.
And he's telling him he's going to hell. He's down to a hot place. And he just tosses the guy into the chute, and the chute leads to a place we probably can't start lining these words up too closely together too on YouTube.
Yeah. Hey, Lady V, perfect timing to watch the Joker throw a guy down an incinerator chute. Welcome to the show.
We're having a great old time.
Yeah, Lady V. So, should we wait to the end? Let's wait to the end and try to remember to talk about this.
Okay.
So we don't derail the rest of the comic.
Good idea.
This was a little point where I was like, ooh, I don't know about this, man. This isn't, the Joker is evil. But let's try to remember to save that for later. So old Harold bit the dust. And
one of the shortest characters in the DC universe.
He lasted a whole page.
Shortest named characters, I should say.
Yeah, Harold.
Which brings us back to the problem. We have to get to the bottom of why poor Willie here has to cry all the time. So the Joker is going to do some pop psychology, get him to commit a petty crime.
Yeah. So, just go with it. They go rob a gumball machine. You just go with it, dude. It's funny. I thought it was funny.
So, okay. So all the coins, and they did a good job on illustration here. I like, you can actually, it's a stupid gumball machine, but you get the texture, all built into it. And
that's an actual gumball machine that they had back in the day. JT,
right.
You probably would not recognize those.
No, I do.
Payphones, right?
I do. No, I know what payphones are. Come on, you. All right.
No, those were actual real gumball machines. They had those at the Kroger. They had like a whole line of them. Sometimes there were like 3 or 4 of those on one big frame, so you can just rip it off. I remember buying gum and those little NFL football helmets, those little plastic ones.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody.
Now they sell meth, right? Out of those things.
Yeah. You don't see these things anymore. You can buy whatever out of them now.
But yeah, so all the coins are coming out. It was just a thoughtfully illustrated little frame that they didn't have to spend that much time on it, and they did. So I liked it.
The art is great. Willie, when he's crouching down here to break open the little safe there, his art is good, right? Look at the face.
Yes.
And they did a really good job with the
And the
art.
stolen coppers drop from your handkerchief. So yeah, it's pennies. Back then, you could still buy something for a penny,
Yeah, I'm
or maybe it was 2
assuming.
pennies or something when
Well, it would
you
have
had
been
to
a
do that.
nickel, but I'm thinking maybe a nickel. Coppers, everybody.
Copper is
Chat.
penny. Copper is
Stealing
penny.
pennies Joker has become a penny anti-crook from possible unaliving to robbing a gumball machine. Yeah. Thank you, Phantom. That's what I was going with. I told JT that this comic was wackadoo, which isn't, I don't even think a real word, but I think everybody understands what I mean. Just one of those English things, right? English word things that we do.
Yeah.
That it was insane. this comic issue is insane. Just from, hey, I'm just going to murder a guy to rob him, stealing pennies. Help this guy out because he cries all the damn time.
So, the Joker's like, man, you do have it bad. You can't even commit a penny ante theft without weeping, which was Phantom Outsider's joke.
Yep. He beat the Joker to
it. And who do we run into? Benny and, gosh, I'm already forgetting the other. Marvin, thank you. Benny and Marvin. Or Marvin and Benny, rather.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, Joker can just walk around town dressed the way he is and nobody recognizes him but these two guys.
Oh yeah,
but it's comic convenience, so it's kind of cool though that somebody actually does say, hey, it's the damn Joker. That dude got us fired.
And the bright green hair, well, I guess in 2025 that'd just be normal in a big city, but no.
Joker's pretty tall here, but Willie's not exactly, I think
Willie's short,
really shorter than normal. Average.
Yes.
Right. I wouldn't say, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's not as short as Mr. Little. We missed Mr. Little now, don't we?
Yeah.
You guys remember Mr. Little from Black Panther? I do.
Something tells me he won't be here in this one.
No, I don't think he's going to show up. No crossovers for Mr. Little. So old Marv and what's his name here decide to take it upon themselves to go after the Joker and arrest him, I guess. They're not even security guards anymore. They're just going to jump him. And Joker's like,
they're made to look goofy and dumb, aren't they?
Yes.
Very half-witted.
Yes. Well, they let him escape 6 times.
Yeah.
And Joker recognizes him, which is kind of cool here. He just starts having a conversation. Stops them right in their tracks.
He's like, hey, watch it, fellow pack led. This Joker is tricky.
Yeah. And instead of like tackling the guy because they know it's the damn Joker, just grab him, dude. Hold him. And you know what I mean? They want to have a conversation with the guy. So they really aren't that bright, are they?
No.
The
funny thing is, I love this on the blue section.
Which one?
Well, Joker in the top right's like, here's the evidence. You need the gumballs I stole. And they're like, wow, he must really be crazy. And he said, yeah, but these are really rubber bulbs filled with onion juice.
Hey, Admiral's here. Hell, man.
Hey, Admiral Teague.
What's going on, dude? Yeah. So apparently he's got. Yeah. So apparently the Joker's pretty much set for anything at any time, right? He is kind of like a Mr. Little, isn't he?
Yeah, but he went drastically safer from that strong acid he had in the flour last week. Remember that? Acid
to the face, a pie acid right to the dude's face. But he just did throw a guy down a chute into an incinerator just a page or two ago. So we had to tone it down a little.
Well, yeah, but that onion juice
that can sting.
Oh, I bet. Especially in the eyes.
Yeah, I should have made it lemon juice though, right? But onion juice will make you cry. So there's a double on. That's a triple entendre almost, because they didn't even make a joke out of it. You had to figure it out for yourself, right?
Yep.
Onions make you cry, right?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Oh, not supposedly. They most definitely do.
And look at them. They're boo-hooing.
Yep.
And look who's making fun of him.
Oh yeah, the old man who cries.
The old man who cries thinks it's
Weeping
funny.
Willie.
Weeping Willie. Yeah, I was like, well, that's kind of a twist there. I say, oh, I kind of see maybe where they're gonna go with this now. Is Joker's gonna try to turn Willie into just going around beating people or something, so he can instead of crying, he laughs. I don't know. Where every time he robs somebody, he has to do something to somebody, right? See what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean that's his way out, is to make everybody else cry, so that way he laughs when committing the crime, and
Yeah.
becoming kind of like the Joker who laughs when committing a crime.
Yeah, so he's gonna
yeah.
do some Jedi Padawan training, I guess, or something like that.
Well, he committed a crime and got away, and then Joker sits with his feet up, saying he wants to sit and talk this over. Well, he's got a bigger plan in mind,
Oh yeah,
for
Phantom
sure.
said the easy way out of that incinerator thing would be to say that, oh, they never checked to see if it was even on. The old Harold just took a knock on the head or something, maybe, I guess, right? They could have got out of that with that one, but yeah, we don't know. We're just assuming that he's not around anymore.
Right. Yeah. He was unalived. That's pretty much what we're going with. All
Okay, the
right.
ha ha
So,
hacienda. You like that
yeah,
joke, don't you?
I do. I love the name of it.
I love it. It's
I
great.
wish my hangout was the Ha Hacienda.
Yeah, I don't think I have any double life-size busts of myself. I've got a hey, but I do have a sword from Lord of the Rings. It's Arwen's sword. If you guys didn't catch that earlier, it's huge.
Yeah,
It's a 3-footer.
They want to steal a full ton of platinum.
Platinum, everybody, not gold.
2,000 pounds of platinum is or 2,000 pounds, not 2,000 tons. 2,000 pounds is a lot of platinum.
Yeah. What page are we on? 6?
Down a little bit. Yep, down.
Okay, there
Right,
we go.
yep.
Page 7. Okay. So Weeper here, Willie the Weeper, with his huge ass bow tie. Just like you said, he's some guy named Sandor Cleve. He's just a rich dude. Apparently, he's just got like all this platinum at the top of his building, right? Because they show us the diagram.
So in value today, 1 ton of platinum, or 907 and some odd change kilograms of platinum, would be worth about $32 million.
Wow. That's a nice haul.
Yeah. Depending more or less on where you get it from and all that business. So good haul.
Yeah, but Willie's got the freaking floor plans already. So he's already done some his homework, right? I mean, he's got the whole thing set up, including, you ready for this? A freaking laser. Sharks with lasers.
An air shaft leading to the basement.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the setup. All the guards are at the top of the building because the stuff is up there. But nobody thinks to. So here we are again with their building security is pretty shitty in this series, right? Remember the issue number 1, wasn't it the fact that they could go to the attic and the basement with no problem because they were all guarding the stuff and nobody walked around until later, like the next day or something.
So if you scroll down a little bit, they finish revealing the plan here.
Yeah, it's good. So there's the laser. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
So they're going to use the laser to melt platinum. Okay.
Well, they're gonna burn the hole in the
platinum.
Right, yeah. A hole in the room that the platinum's in, and
melt the platinum.
Why is my thing doing that? Okay, there it is.
Right there.
Yep.
See, they want to melt platinum, and the liquid metal will drain down, and we'll pump it into the truck waiting outside. Dave, question for you.
Fire away.
What do you think the melting point of platinum is?
Probably hotter for any hose that would hold it.
Bingo. The melting point of platinum is 3,215 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1,768 degrees Celsius.
Oh, you
Yeah,
guys are
Fanny's
awesome.
got it.
You and Phantom got
Yeah.
that. I had no. Well, I knew it was hot. I mean, I knew it was exceptionally hot.
That's higher than gold, and you know how damn hot you have to get gold. So you are absolutely right. I don't know what this hose is made of, or the storage tank in this truck. I could tell you, you are not getting liquid platinum into a truck like this and just hauling it away.
It's certainly not going in any styrofoam, rubber type, or not styrofoam, but plastic or rubber hose.
No hose I've ever seen can do that.
You just kind of go with it.
And that's one hell of a laser to be able to heat up platinum that hot and a ton of it. Think of how much energy you'll need.
Shoot that laser all the way up to the top of the building and maintain the power. Pretty good damn laser. Willie's done really good, well here. Yes. You know, he's got the setup. And old Joker's kind of like, hey, dry your eyes, man. I'm just kind of wondering when the Joker's going to snap on him. But as you said before, the Joker always has a what?
He always has a backup plan.
Yeah, and here it is. You just go work on, your foolproof cure for your silly bawling. So he is getting a little bit irritated with him, but he's not upset with him because he's just going to rob him. We kind of do that, right? You just got to figure he's just going to take this dude for a ride, and then who knows what he's going to do with him after what he did to Harold. Good gracious!
So if you had a cube of platinum, Dave, the cube would be approximately 36 centimeters cube. So that means you don't need a giant truck like that.
No.
Well, put it in a container.
A ton? 2 tons of platinum?
1 ton. They said 1 ton of platinum.
1 ton?
Which, yeah. So if you thought about it in a cube, like a Borg cube, it would be a 36 centimeter on each side, each dimension. Yeah. So not that large in the grand scheme of things. Certainly not anything that you would need that type of excavation method. Well, anyway, we're being a little pedantic, but this is comic book preposterous.
Yeah, just a wee bit. And then it gets a little bit where the security guard, like, guess who shows up for a job at this place?
Oh yeah, Marvin and Marvin Gaye.
Benny.
I'm trying to remember. Starvin Marvin.
Benny. Yeah, Benny. Oh, yeah, it says it right. Benny. Okay. Benny and Marv. And the guy's like, well, your references aren't that great. Yeah. He just got fired, not for 1 or 2 things, for 6 times.
Right.
But they were very nice. They're saying, thank you. They were very gracious, very happy about it. They're like, man, we cool. We could.
2 of his guards quit. So I guess if you report at noon.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. 2 other guys. So I don't know what's going on there at this place either. 2 guys already quit. So the guy really needs guards. So Wooly, I mean, they've got it kind of going on. This should be a pretty easy mark, right? But guess who they see walking down the street again? Old Joker.
Nice in his workman's uniform.
Yes. See, we get to see him in a disguise, even though he's got
quote
bright
unquote
green hair and white
quote unquote
hair,
disguise.
And he's like 6'6", especially in his disco shoes, because it's the 70s. But they actually pointed out that he stands like Groucho Marx and a stork. It's got to be him.
Yeah.
And these guys are pretty much idiots. It's like the other dude should have said, yeah, dude, look at his head. But who do you think that is?
It's like, so gee, I don't know, Rocky.
Yeah.
I think that's him, Bullwinkle. It is. Yeah. You know anyone else that tall and thin who walks that way? Jeez, look at his damn head.
Yeah, so they have to debate it. They have to convince themselves that that dude right there is the Joker. Like it's like, oh man, it could look somebody else, somebody else that looks like him.
We gotta get
like
that guy. Quick, Marvin, draw your piece.
Yeah, they worked with him. They worked with him at the hospital or jail up to 6 times that he escaped. They already tackled, well, they went to tackle him, got juiced in the eye, like what, an hour ago or the day before. And then they have to sit there and debate whether they think it's them or not. It's hilarious. But old Marv has got a piece. He's got a heater. He whips out the heater.
Draw you a heater. We'll get him.
I guess in Gotham you could just run around without a license. But old Benny says he didn't have a gun. So he goes, well, you go get the cops. I'll corner the rat. And we get bushes. Look.
You do?
We get foliage.
Actually, I think it's a tree in a bush.
Probably.
Both.
Yeah. Not my nice palm fern stuff that I got with Kirby, but it's something. I'll take it. And you get bricks. You get nice design.
So don't move. Grab the sky. Twitch and I'll let daylight through you.
I love that old talk.
Benny, Bubby, I'm banal to see you.
Bubby, yeah, banal. That's one probably like a kid wouldn't know what that is, but okay. So yeah, it's him, and you're like, you nailed me and Benny, fair and square. I'll come quietly. Come closer again, and you're like, no, Marv's not going to fall for something again, is he, JT?
Oh, of course he will. Of course he will.
Is that what we're going with, right? Right, everyone.
I mean, the dude has no trigger discipline. What could possibly go wrong? I've just been noticing that in the last 4 slides, he's had his finger in on the trigger the whole time.
Pretty much all do. I haven't seen trigger control except maybe in BSG, and then most of the time it wasn't. Well, Joker pulls a fast one on him. And apparently he has stretch arms that he can automatically use whenever he wants. And you're kind of like,
me tricks. Click.
I'm just going to whip you on back. I thought maybe he was going to beat him up or hit him over the head, but he puts him in a chloroform. He just whips out some chloroform cloth and knocks his ass out.
Nice.
Nice, right? He's prepared. The Joker's always prepared because you can't leave the house without a pre-loaded chloroform cloth, right?
Oh, and extend the arms.
Yeah, and some onion oil balls or whatever, just in case. You've got to have some marbles to throw down in case somebody's chasing you, right? Bag of marbles. Right? Yeah. Or some thumbtacks. Yeah. There's no vibranium in DC they use. It's around.
Oh yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna line this? No vibranium for lining this hose. I mean, what else is gonna transmit liquid?
So yeah, he knocks old boy out.
Right.
But this little thing here is important. Meanwhile, on the far side of the building. So Benny here runs around the corner, and what does he see here?
You can never find a good cop when you need one.
Yeah, but there's another truck. You notice that?
Oh, it's the same truck.
Well, no, he ran around the corner. He already ran away.
Mm-hmm.
So how did he get to the? Because
I think he ran around the building.
Yeah, there's more here than poor Marvin Fargo's distress. So he does find a cop. So there's one there. And he's like, hey, man, what are you doing? Just hanging around, acting weird? He's like, oh, no, we got public enemy number 1. Follow me.
Okay. It's the young Eric Adams. Oh. Well, I can tell you right now, he's breaking a rule of police right here. He's like, "Oh, follow me. I know where the Joker is." He's like, "If this is a trick, it ain't. See?"
He's right
And
there.
the police would never let somebody go like that. You just no.
Yeah, yeah, but it's the Joker, and he's like, "See, I told you." And then this gets a little wild here. Who who do you think that is?
Who do I think that is? It's the
Yeah,
Joker.
you sure? But didn't he make old? He got away, didn't he?
Oh no. I bet it's what's his name? Marvin.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So by the time he ran around the corner where there's another truck there, old Benny got the police officer to come back. Old Joker painted him up,
Ah,
but it was only a few feet away around the corner when he did
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So this is a little too much, but it's like, oh, come on. Wait, we know he's set for every situation, but he painted the guy up as well. I don't know if he can just take the time to do that, right? Just tie his ass up, throw him in the corner or something.
Who knows how much time
Yeah,
passed?
yeah.
His buddy's an idiot,
Couple
after
pages,
all.
page or two. Oh, I mean, he couldn't find a police officer, maybe a couple hours. So now we get this kind of a diagram example of what would go on. If this was the movies, this would be in motion, right? With arrows. And at first it comes up
Sure.
here, and this would be in action if this was on TV. Because at exactly 12:01, they set the laser off,
Mhm.
and all this platinum comes down. And because Benny and them were supposed to be there at 12, so this is pretty clever, because didn't that guy say they had to be at work at 12? Right? Be there at midday,
Yes.
noon.
Yes. Yes.
So this guard, and I can tell you, this is exactly what happens anywhere, really. My relief is late. This guy's complaining while they're stealing
Yeah.
all the platinum right to the wall, right next to him.
Now, yeah. Now this would be weird because he's trying to melt the platinum. So the hottest platinum is going to be what's touching the laser. So by putting the hottest platinum down, aren't you allowing the platinum above it to cool? So this would take a while because you're like melting the same platinum over and over again.
Yeah, it's you just got to go with it, right? This is
Okay.
what I was warning you about.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense. Well, I mean, the thing about melting it and draining it might be if you had a bunch of guards down here, but did you notice there's absolutely zero security at the bottom of this place? Like maybe the front door, the basement doors. Apparently, you can just sneak into any basement anywhere in this town. No matter if it's a museum or this guy's where he's got millions and millions of dollars of platinum in his building.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you be alerted by this tremendous burning smell?
Well,
Is this
yeah,
air
but also
shaft just carrying air throughout the building?
two of the guys didn't show up to work because this dude is supposed to be the security guard for the same damn building. He's supposed to be at work.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the integrity of this building too. Like this like steel air shaft, or maybe it's cinder block or something. Wouldn't that start to get kind of melty and hot too?
All of it would.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll just
We'll just go. Yeah. See, there is two trucks. Look.
Yep. Oh yeah, you're right.
And why is he yelling? Why is he yelling for Benny? Didn't they find Benny? Anyway, I just noticed that. That's why I was like, wait, what? I didn't notice that earlier.
No, because they thought they apprehended the Joker. They don't realize till later that it's not him.
Oh, they didn't. Oh, okay. They didn't say whether or not they knew he was the Joker or not. Nice. Good one, JT. So exactly a minute later, the boss is coming around because now you can actually say there's no security anywhere because nobody freaking shows up to the work but this guy.
And Dave, what happens at 12:02?
Well, he's got to work extra. And he's like, I gotta take my girl to the Eastwood movie, man.
Oh yeah, Clint.
I wonder which one he was talking about. 1975. What movie would be coming out? I mean, Good, Bad, and Ugly. 2 Meals for Sister Sarah, maybe.
Oh, you have the Iger sanction.
Dirty Harry. That Dirty Harry is a little bit later.
The Iger sanction is 75. This one's 76.
Is the Iger sanction the one where he goes out into the Alps and stuff and hunting the NEZI guy?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the head boss is like, well, since we're here and nobody else can come to work, can you work? And he's like, oh man, but he's still standing there. So we might as well check the safe. It's a pretty good idea. You know, you can check it and it's all gone. Just like the gold at Fort Knox. It's all gone. And there's a big hole in the floor. He's like, Jack, sound the alarms. And one more thing. You're fired too.
You're fired. You're fired.
But look what Jack says. He's like, fuck it. I can go make the movie with my girl. Jack don't give a damn.
Nope.
That's the part that had me rolling, man. Jack boy here is hilarious. Yeah, okay. Good enough by me. He's got a little smile on his face, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even tell her to kiss my ass. He just didn't care. It's like, all right, cool.
And of course, okay, so then Weeping Willie starts to take his laser apart.
And now he's crying. He's crying a lot because he's almost there. He's almost finished, and he starts to cry. Good old laser did a great job.
Now, which truck is he getting into? One with the goods or the other one?
Dun, dun, dun. Good question. Hey, we get a bush. Look.
Oh, yeah.
And I like old boy Willie can just drive this big ass truck. He's not all that bad here. He's got a good plan. I mean, just like the, semantics of being in the comics, but he laid it all out. He's got the truck ready. He didn't have to hire a driver, depend on anybody else, right?
Right.
And he says, I swiped his platinum. He's crying. Now he's really bawling his eyes. He's got some serious issues, doesn't he, everybody? Oh boy, needs some help.
Crying so bad he's got to pull over and handle his feelings.
His fifis are so bad. It's got to be some kind of psychological guilt or some childhood trauma. I'm only assuming. I'm not a psychologist. Anywho, he gets butterfly netted.
Yeah.
Wow. Guess who it is? Who just happened to be standing there.
Oh, yeah, it's the
Joker. Yeah, he's changed back into his nice outfit. But he says something here that did throw me off. He's still sticking to the game plan of trying to help them. That's kind of nice of the Joker, right?
Yep.
And he's like, just go ahead and drive off and we'll meet there. And he goes, I feel so rotten. And he's like, you won't. It's all good, man. Just do what I tell you.
I am not driving into the desert with just the Joker.
With the Joker on a horse with no name. But look at that car.
That's like a wise thing to do, Dave.
No.
No.
At this point, I would think that he just says, yeah, and then drive in opposite direction or something. But the Joker has the Joker-mobile, which is kind of slick. Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah. And Willie says, neat car, Joker. And then I love this line.
Ooh, 76.
Yes.
The chat is going off on saying it's Outlaw Josie Wales or Iger sanction.
Or the Enforcer. 76.
Oh,
Anyway.
the Enforcer. I like that hiker sanctuary. That was a pretty good, if that's the one we're talking about, going after the spy, right? Out in the mountains.
Yep.
That has
This
smoking
line,
blonde.
This line here, and when he gets complimented, he says, yes, it was inspired by the Batmo. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he's not going to go. Yeah, he almost said it. Well, he gives him a compliment. Neat cars, Joker. And that little paint over here to the left, look how they did like the dust cloud, the smoke and stuff like that. And we like detail in our comics, right, JT? And we try to give it credit when we catch it. So I appreciate the fact that they do little smoke, dust, or whatever they got going on there to the left here. Right? And then some mountains in the back. They just didn't do a plain old background. I mean, they didn't go all out on it. The bush is pretty generic, mountains, but they did it. They did some kind of background out there. And move down. And Joker's actually still trying to help him. But then JT, he shows his true colors. So he's like, why are you crying? He's like, what do you mean? What does he do to him here?
He says, oh, you think this is full of melted platinum, eh? Turn the tap. Go on.
That's some
and if it was liquid platinum, I would not be turning a stainless steel spigot to do anything like that.
Well, he just turns it on like it's no big deal. Like, what's he gonna do? Just let all that platinum come out? But yeah, you just go with it, and it's WADA. So Joker's theory here is you don't need to cry anymore, man, because you didn't steal the damn thing. I did.
Yeah.
So you're all good. I helped you. But I robbed you first. And then they go into the whole, that's what the other truck was. Obviously, we kind of figured that out by now. Well, I mean, I already knew, but you figured that out, right, JT?
Yeah.
He's going to steal from them. It's pretty obvious once they show that there is 2 trucks. And he says he ran a different hose. It's okay. But you can see that he actually blocked the air shaft from the other hose and just hooked. I guess he had a water. I don't know.
I mean, whatever.
Whatever. The laser would have burned through all that crap anyway. But we get it. We just go with it. But the thing
Here we go, everybody. Here we go. Here's the line, Dave.
Go for it.
Skunk, I'll clobber you.
Yay, clobbering. It's clobbering time.
Yeah, exactly. It's clobbering time.
I'm not so sure old Lily's experience in like martial arts or jujitsu or anything, so he just gets a back slap and push back into the water, into the mud. Ungrateful cad, I solved your problems. You're not sad, are you? No, I'm pissed. So the Joker's running with that gag and see, I did help you. You don't have to cry. He goes, all you got to do is remember I just screwed you over. But
don't bother to thank me. The platinum reward is plenty.
But I'm a little confused. So I guess Joker drove off with his truck, got in the Joker mobile, and then followed Willie out to the way out. Yeah. And then he told him to go meet. Okay. Yeah. And he goes, thanks for everything. Ta-da. Willie's like, you bad guy, you. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. He stashed the truck. That's right. You remember that. He did stash it and then followed him because he would have had all that set up. And then out of nowhere, we got another heater. Somebody just pulls
another heater,
puts it right through his head.
Commissioner like, Gordon, looks like you want a piece of the action. No, he didn't actually say that. I just like saying a piece of the action. It's a Star Trek, but
that's a good Motley Crue song. Another piece of the action. Yeah.
And Admiral Teague, we're saying instead of piece, we're saying heater because this comic reminds me of piece of the action, like every single time. So let's see. Commissioner Gordon, the Fuzz, Benny and Marvin. Wondering how we caught you, Joker? Simple.
Apparently, everybody's out at this secret hideaway place or secret meetup place way out of town.
Yep.
So they do explain it. This is Kirby, where you're like, oh my God, how did they do that? Well, they at least they tell you. So old Marv, he spotted you at Cleves and followed you. So apparently, when they did find out that the other dude was not the Joker, old Marv spotted the real Joker 3 times in town when nobody else could. So Commissioner Gordon ought to hire this guy, actually, right? Just walk around town.
Right.
Just
right.
Just walk around town when you see somebody calls. That's your job. Because other than that, you're not too bright. But because this guy's all cleaned up now, and he was out there too.
I like how Marvin has a 1970s black turtleneck and jacket.
Yeah, told you, turtlenecks from the first issue. J-Man.
Hey, J-Man.
Hey, J-Man. Yeah, we're just almost done with this one. It's this issue's kind of crazy, dude. You might have this right. I'm pretty much sure you probably do, I guess. Because I guess it's considered classic because it's his first full run. Thank you, J-Man.
Oh yeah.
And how did that movie thing go for you? He did the Steven Seagal one. And
a day in the life of Putin's Russia.
Could you link him for me?
Yeah, I can
Are you able to do that in the StreamYard?
Yeah, I can do that.
I can do it over here if you want.
No, actually, I got it.
Well, Buddy helped me with the alphabetizing my subscriptions, so if you...
No, I got it.
You got it already? Okay.
Yep.
I was just gonna say whoever goes first, whoever gets there first. Out for I guess that's the one, J-Man. You did the Seagal one. Hope that went well. I like the one with the Jamaican guys, and he snaps that dude's arm in the department store. Do you remember that one, JT?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How did we go to crazy on you, white boy? And he snaps that dude's arm. That's just such a classic. He did that a couple times, I think, in some of his movies, or he just basically snaps dude's arms. But that one with Screwface, was that his name? Everybody? Marked for Death. Yeah. Oh, we should all do that one, dude. That movie's so good. Is it that white boy Hatcha? You remember that, JT?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's so good.
No.
Their accents are so thick. But they're from... Yeah. I'd be seeing you.
All right. So let's see here. We're on the bottom of the last page. I followed Joker in the other truck and got here just in time to see him get his. Now he's crying.
Yeah.
Did you catch Weeping this? Willie starts laughing pretty heartily.
Yeah, the Joker's crying his eyes out. And yeah. Oh, Willie's loving it. Because he hasn't got fingered yet. That's a real term for back then. So his thing is, I followed Joker in the other truck and got here just in... Oh, okay. So he chased him. He chased him.
Yeah.
And so when Joker got in the Joker mobile to get the other truck, they were waiting to nab him because that's where all the platinum was. Very smart, Commissioner Gordon, right? Good setup. So he's crying and Willie's happy.
Yep. And so he finally breaks his crying emotional state for committing that crime and laughs. And Joker says to himself, he's thinking that he had a little bit of onion juice left somehow to make himself appear to be very upset and crying. And he knew that he spotted Willie watching over there in the bushes. So congratulations to me. I gave him the laugh that he needs. And need it he will when Joker tells the police who planned the job.
Yeah,
so Joker's gonna get the last laugh, maybe.
I'm looking for Teague's channel too. there. Yeah. So the Joker uses the excuse that he was crying because he used onions, his onion juice, a little bit of that left, and that he was still trying to help old boy out. Do you believe that, JT?
Yeah.
I mean, he just did throw a guy into a
He had a way to get his
raging.
revenge. He had a way to get his revenge.
He just did unalive a guy, though, right? So subscribe to those guys, everyone. J-Man, add T. I threw his in there in the chat.
Yep.
So yeah, he went with that one to try to cover up the fact that he was probably crying.
Phantom Outsider, Joker must be a rat, huh?
Yeah. Well, he inadvertently did, but Willie gets away here. Willie's not, he didn't get caught. He's hiding in the bushes, right?
True, but he's going to blab about who planned the whole thing.
Yeah, he's going to turn into one, apparently. So there's no honor among these guys. Remember how we talked about that last issue? The Joker, if he has to, he'll do what he's got to do, including throwing you down into a fire pit, a fire hose. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, T. And anybody else has a channel out there? I think anybody and you guys, Phantom, are you guys wrenches too?
No, I'm the only one, and besides Buddy.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me X out of this one. There you go. Joker number 2. Not too bad.
So, Dave, you wanted to talk on an issue here before we get too far away from it. There's some discussion, the old saying goes that comic books are for kids and, they're immature and all the rest of this. And the question was kind of out there, is this for kids? And I'm fairly certain now that the answer to this is no. And you wanted to bring up the incinerator and the whole deletion, the casual deletion to cover up the location of the Hacienda. I would almost say that the physical violence and the careless disregard for others is kind of there too. Now, look, a lot of comics do have a lot of punching and throwing people and that kind of violence too,
sword violence, especially when you get with Deadpool comics.
Yeah,
right? When Deadpool he's been around for a while too. And you've got Deathstroke and all those kind of people around as well, right?
There's chloroform, there's guns in people's faces, there's this psychological mind game that Joker's playing the whole time.
Yeah.
And I don't think that this is written for kids whatsoever. I don't think it's meant for kids. I don't think that they would necessarily, like a 10-year-old kid would even kind of get what's going on here. I mean, some would, but I don't think they're going to get enjoyment out of this level of story.
If you look at it,
comprehend it totally.
There you go. And that very well said. Very well said. We bring up the fact that we could sit here and I could go back and watch Looney Tunes all day long, and it's full of violence, especially Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote. But I never thought to stick dynamite in somebody's pants. Okay,
right.
I just don't think that it's the Joker's the Joker. And I'm not saying I don't like it, because it is the Joker, and we are all adults or more.
We hope to act like it most of the time.
I try, but it doesn't work all the time. So that's okay. I've never thrown anybody down an incinerator because I'm not the Joker. But I don't know if it was like, if they're gonna do those things, then make it kind of like that, and not some of the other silly stuff, right? If he's gonna be a hardcore murderous rampaging guy who does those things, then it really shouldn't be. But so the Joker's a very difficult character for us to try to discuss like that. We all know he's evil. We all know it's not. He would absolutely would throw somebody down the incinerator chute, no problem. We're not arguing that, right? We're not debating that he wouldn't do something like that. He would. The real Joker would.
Yeah.
And then he'd go sit around and probably watch, I don't know, Highway to Heaven or something, because that's one of his favorite shows. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's the Joker. He's insane. We know this.
Yeah.
But you hit it. The content, you said content, something like that. You said content, comprehension.
Yes.
Is it really necessary in this formatted run when they do all the other silly stuff like onion juice? I mean, they did acid pie to the face. That was pretty
I don't
bad.
think you're going to pull in a lot of kids just with the acid or the onion juice.
No,
I really don't think that one use in even this whole comic is really going to get that age group. I think you would at least need that high school and above would get it, and at that point it's written for adults, right?
Yeah,
if you're talking high school on up. So this pretty much, if issue 1 left a question in your mind, issue number 2 here says 100% it's written for adults. I just between the corny humor, the psychological content, the casual violence,
lots of guns, not just a gun occasionally.
Yeah,
a lot of them with the finger. Did you notice the police officer with his finger straight around all the way through the guard?
Yeah, don't let the practical jokes fool you that it's for kids.
Yeah, it's
the buzzer, the handshake buzzer. That no.
I got hit with one of those, and
I'm sure we all have at some point.
But it didn't have 200 volts, and they didn't hit me with a vase in the back of the head to finish me off.
I got hit with the mouse trap pulling the stick of gum out kind of thing. Where you put your finger in and you get bit by that. I mean, all those other things. I don't think that makes this lean towards kids at all. So, which is fine. We picked a good one to read because we're all adults, right? So that makes this fun. But I found this also lighthearted enough in other places that you have to have a dark sense of humor at some level to get this comic, because there is so much just I don't know, bad things that happen.
Oh, I got some good news.
Uh-huh.
I think my Big Trouble in Little China downloaded okay.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
And to go back to that, you're absolutely correct. I just don't see that. But how do you regulate that? I don't know. You don't really regulate it.
I think
you
are only supposed to have so much investment in this. I mean, this is not a long comic. It's not a long story at all. It's 18 pages, and the ads in it probably padded it out to 30, right?
Oh, yeah.
But 18 pages is not a lot of time, and the pacing was pretty good, but it wasn't something where you had to read it super slowly, right? This to me is a casual read it on the subway, read it on the bus, read it at the bus stop type of thing. And at 25 cents nowadays would be around like $1.50, I think, something around there. So today, if you're going to pick something up for $1.50, you expect it to last you more than one sit at the bus stop for 10 minutes? Yeah. I don't think so. Hey,
here's my sword. You can't see it because I didn't set up lighting for this show, because I don't have enough lights on. So look at that.
Cool.
You can't see the.
Well, we can see some of it.
The inscription on it. You can see it in the light there.
Oh yeah.
And it's not.
You just have to be around. So you just need to be around orcs, and then it'll light up. Then we'll be able to see it a lot better.
Yeah, you can see. Dude, this thing it won't. I mean, if I came at you with this, you should probably put me down. I mean, this is not. It's not. It might just shatter in a bunch of pieces, but it also is not a. You do not swing this on anybody.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
Clip that, YouTube. Do not swing this at anybody. And so I tried to download this bad boy for movie night.
Yep.
It came in the commentaries. Don't know. Don't know why, but I just had Big Trouble in Little China, and it looked like it works. And or Princess Bride. So we'll probably do Princess Bride tomorrow. That's always a good one, right?
Oh yeah.
Where did my
You got to get
go?
Raquel in on that. I don't think she ever had seen it.
Oh, dude, it's like less than 24 hours. I don't know. I can send her an X or something to
Yeah.
see. Oh, I don't know if she does the messages there. So I don't. Oh, I can.
Oh, really? Phantom.
Patreon.
Interesting. So July this year was the same month that the giant size X-Men #1 hit the newsstand.
Oh, dude, that thing is worth some money, dude. Woof, boy. Yeah, you get your hands a hold on that one. You're doing something.
So,
Captain, that's Arwen's. That's Arwen's sword. Had a thing. Yeah, he's got the two long knives. I almost got those. So no, that's had a thing from Arwen. That's when she whips it out when they're crossing over the river.
When she whips it out?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Arwen.
Oh, the sword. Okay.
The sword, yeah.
I just heard when she whips it out. I was like, what? That's not possible, Dave.
Dude, Teague said he had that comment. Oof, boy, rough if you don't have that one anymore. Let's see, what is this one?
Phantom 75. Still has his.
Oh, hey, Phantom, hold on. Where are they?
Dave's out looking for it. Admiral Teague says he might still have it. Well, I can guarantee you I don't have it because I wasn't around yet. So, yeah. But let's see. Did they make those giant for an entire run, or was it just the #1 that was a giant issue?
Sometimes they make specials as giants or annuals as giants, and then one-offs, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for this right here, for you guys, I have that full run.
Oh, the one that Admiral Teague was talking about, the Defenders.
Was that Teague or
yes,
Phantom 75?
Oh, Phantom said it. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so I hate this one because it's got a bad little mark up there in the corner. It's not that bad. I had an 8.5, sold it, went for a couple $100. Made my money back and a little bit more. I should have kept it because then I could sell the whole set. This being a reader copy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Phantom. So I've got that whole run plus the back end of it where nobody cares about that run. They only care about the the kind of the older school run. Good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, I might actually unload these though. I don't know.
Think about it.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that? What do you think? I wish I had the lights. There you go, JT. Look.
Hard to see.
How the action
honestly.
on the front.
Yeah, hard to see.
Silver Surfer, Hawk.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All those guys. I never really plan on
back to the Joker here, Dave. Did you want to give our reviews for the issue? I want to split issue an episode and say episode.
Yeah.
Okay, ahead, man. So I go first if you like. I know you're moving the comics around back there. So yeah, issue #2, coming off of a really strong issue #1. I was not expecting it to land quite as hot as that one, and to be honest, I don't think it does, but I still really liked it. The cover I thought was very entertaining, would bring your eyes to it from the newsstand. It had good art. It got the interest of yours truly in to say, okay, yeah, I'd probably buy that, or at least pick it up and look at it, which is quite the battle a lot of times when you're in a comic book store, right? So the other artwork throughout, we commented several times about how detailed it was in areas that it didn't need to be, like windows on the building or the gumball machine, things like that, right? Some of the clothing all of that just adds to, I guess, the sense of how seriously the artists took their job on this. And so I just think that the effort shows through and it helps make everything else better. That also goes for making our two idiots, Marvin and Benny, much more believable because they're drawn like doofuses and it sticks out in every frame. They have that kind of look about them, right?
Yeah, and it's
They
so
never
funny.
get lazy.
They're the only two guys that ever noticed the Joker, though.
True, but
Which is
they're
true.
also
That is
they're
true,
also the
right?
only people in Gotham, apparently.
Besides the one
So
police officer, and who knows how they didn't even do a meanwhile 2 hours later type of thing to tell you what the time frame was.
yeah, well, Eric Adams, I don't know, he just happened to be there, so
Well, he's
that's
just
kind of
going with
what
the
was
flow.
up. So, the jokes were corny. The jokes were not in as heavy a supply. I don't know if you can make as many jokes about crying as you can about being two-faced or double-sided or, all that kind of stuff. So that didn't quite hit as high of a height, but the practical jokes, the humor were all still there. I thought it was a little bit more of a thinking issue or a thinking, I don't want to say episode, but not it wasn't an issue for thinking. It was a story for the Joker to try to do some psychology on someone else. And how am I going to weave this caper into healing this guy's problem, which is a conflicted nature of maybe the Joker has some good in him, but he's still definitely a villain. And that's the focus of this whole comic series, right? And so I kind of like that. It doesn't go super, super deep, which I also appreciate because it's 18 pages long. I don't need a treatise on different psychological consideration. It just worked well, and it timed well into the obvious for us because we're reading it as a review. The obvious second truck swap type thing really worked out. So it was a little convenient at the end to have Commissioner Gordon catch up and have the Joker caught once again. So he'll be broken out of Arkham Asylum next issue again. That much is true. I think that's going to be a recurring, like a motif kind of a thing where we just see the Joker break out a different way out of prison every week. So in the end, I think I gave the first issue an A, and I'm going to give this one an A minus.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I want to give it an A minus or maybe a B plus. I'm not much on the letter grades, but I try. The psychological stuff was good. I liked it because I was interested in to see where it was going to go. And we always knew he was going to screw old Willie over. We knew that. But I was wondering whether or not he was going to dispose of him sooner or later. He's like, enough of this. That's what I was waiting for. I didn't know that Willie would actually make it to the end of the comic. That's what I was like, okay, let's see how this pans out with this guy. I just couldn't see that, yeah, maybe he was helping him because the Joker's all messed up in his own head. Who knows what his motives are except for trying to get over or get something out of it. He did seem genuinely trying to help him, even at the end, where he used the excuse of crying to help the guy out. So I was a little surprised at that. I was like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, you threw a guy down an incinerator chute like 5 pages ago. So it's kind of, but he did actually, or at least he said to us that he tried to help him out to the very end. And then it's who said it in the chat. He's going to rat him out right after that, though.
Oh yeah, I think it was Phantom.
It was a Phantom
that he's going to be a rat.
He's gonna. So he. This is like, I don't know if he needed that part in there, but that's the Joker. I did that to help the guy out. See, and I'm gonna go rat on him. So you have to kind of like that if you reading a series about the Joker. He has to be kind of surprisingly shocking to you sometimes, but not shocking, but just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? His character's got to do crazy stuff that sometimes it just doesn't even make any damn sense. But if they write it in a way that it makes sense as far as the Joker's concerned, all we have to do is say, "Oh well, it's the Joker."
Yeah,
right? Like the end, like Fanny said. Oh, now he's going to turn into a rat. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
Fanny brings up an interesting point and a problem with the series as a whole. In the problem with a Joker without the Batman, because Phantom's right here. It is odd that regular cops can even temporarily detain the Joker. Why do you need the Batman? if your Eric Adams can come in and slap the cuffs on him,
you don't need the Batman.
Why do you need the Batman then?
Well, you don't need him if you got those two guys running around. Commissioner Gordon should just hire him as walk-arounds. Just walk around with a walkie-talkie, then call for help. apparently you're the only two fuckers that can actually see the Joker in his purple ass outfit or his green hair and white face driving around with the Joker mobile in the whole damn town. They're the only ones. But if it, it has to fit the story. So we're not complaining about it. We're just, it's funny. It's funny to me because it kind of fit the story for those two guys, and they kept those two guys in the whole story. That was kind of cool.
Yep.
Did you notice that? Well, obviously you noticed it.
Yeah,
so,
I did.
Oh, the chat's on fire. I can't even.
You may see him again.
I'm trying to talk.
And Teague's asking, what's the most anticipated comic release?
Oh, we know.
June.
We know what it is.
I was joking around saying
I'm waiting for July 4th.
New Warriors, Snowflake and Safe Space, but they torpedoed that thing after
I wonder if anybody ever got a copy of that. The safe Snowflake and Safe Space and those characters when they were actually making that a comic. I wonder if any of that actually
someone's got something on a hard drive somewhere. They do.
I would print it out. It's going to be worth money. Get it at a 9.8. Send it off to Nerdrotic.
That would probably be the first 9.8 he would ever take out of the grading case
about it.
and put it down the incinerator chute, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree with you on that other. Where did it go? You put it in the chat. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm saying past July, it's not going to happen. But Fancy, and was it Buddy? There it is. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to.
You go back to this part of it. Yeah.
Since it's odd that just regular cops even ever temporarily. Yeah, it's kind of, we're lightening up on this comic book. Normally would be probably all over that whole laser thing, even worse. But we don't have a choice.
We went rough on Black Panther.
Pretty rough on it.
So
we went rough on Black Panther, but it deservedly so in certain points because it went absolutely dumb shit at one point. And you mentioned it last week. At certain points, we are having fun. I'm having fun with this one. I laughed my ass off twice. The one security guard had me rolling, dude. You should have heard me. You should have heard me. I was just starting laughing out loud when I read that. I was like, because I can relate. I've been in the security business and military MP and all that. And private security, government security, most of my life.
Yeah.
Most of it, anyway, at least my professional.
Well, not when you were 5 years old. Yes.
No. Yeah. Not when I was bagging groceries. So 16.
Right.
So I can relate to some of that. And I thought that was great. The schematics of the whole, it just sometimes like Denny O'Neil and those guys, they're way smarter than that. So I think even guys or girls or whoever, but these older dudes, even the good ones get caught up or trapped in the conundrum of trying to stay comic booky, which I know isn't a word, but everybody knows. We've talked about this after hours before. How do they get caught trying to write something that makes sense, but has to have a comic book feel and try to stay true to the characters? It can be difficult.
Yep.
It's not. I would say they remember the one BSG where we bring it up from time to time that 2 or 3 of those issues where it seemed like a couple of the guys were just sitting in the office, no editors, no Jim Shooter, with a barrel of whiskey, a bunch of cigars, and they were just writing whatever the hell.
Cubans.
Remember,
Yeah.
a couple of those issues we felt like and it worked out well. We liked those issues. When it seems like they tried too much, you get issue 14 and what the last 2 or 3 of BSG, right?
Right.
And so I always appreciate the fact that it's not easy being able to satisfy people on a constant monthly or bi-monthly or every twice monthly or every other month when you're under
I
a lot of
understand
pressure.
if you can't always do that. It can be difficult. I can think of a situation where someone hasn't satisfied their potential customers in about a decade.
Yeah, or more than a decade.
Yeah.
And that's true, is it not?
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So when these guys are just whipping these comic books out, we can tell. Like you brought it up a couple issues in BSG. Wow, I said this one seemed really fast. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a good way to put it. Like they were in a hurry, like time delay or something happened on this issue with Kirby that it just wasn't quite him. And then it got back to form maybe like 2 issues later until he left. And you can tell. So these guys back then, they didn't have computers and all that. They were typing this stuff, dude.
Right. Right.
Because remember the letter from Kirby in a couple of those. I wish they would show those bulletin boards like they had in Marvel. I wish we could find a site. I guess I'd have to buy it from DC. And even then, I don't know if we have the comics on there that show the actual ads and like Marvel bullpen.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because a lot of that is simply removed.
It's just removed. And I think, well, that's shitty. If you and I or any of us, Nick and all of us got together and say, okay, we're going to do a comic book ad online. And you go through and I was like, well, we're showing the ads because it's in the comic book, unless there's something with a copyright issue, but you can show the Marvel bullpen. You could definitely show Stan Lee soapbox, and they don't show those things. I wish they did. I don't know what DC. I haven't noticed anything from DC. Like on my Werewolf at Night, they have Marvel stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, the ones that I have still have the Marvel stamps in them. Phantom and Buddy and Admiral. They probably remember that people would buy those and clip those out and then send them in. And then, 30 years later, you've got Marvel by Night. It's worth a lot of money, but you got this little square clipped out. I've got this sitting around. I can show it to you. Where'd it go? Oh, I don't know what issues they are, though. I'd have to check, JT. Do you know what I'm talking about? Marvel stamps?
No. Mm-mm.
So if I could, man, while we're talking, what do you got going on this week?
Oh, did you give your letter grade yet?
Oh, I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna go with B plus. I want to give it an A minus.
Okay.
Though. I'm an A minus. I think they could have dispensed with some of the silliness of the schematics and the laser. They could have done better. I mean, you're writing it, you're drawing it. You got to come up with something a little bit less hokey, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, and throwing Harold down the chute, that was a little rough. It was misplaced. That was a pretty big one, I think. And if you guys know me, it's not because I dispense of the violence. Hey, throw it in there. I've got Deadpool. So you want to talk about violence? You're going to do some Deadpool issues, right, JT?
Yeah.
So it's not for the lack of me saying. I just think sometimes it's just oddly and weirdly, and sometimes overly misplaced. But it's the Joker, so screw it, right? So yeah, I go with A minus because the art, I like their consistency. They stick with that background stuff, which is just a blue or yellow or green.
Sure.
But
it
works for them. It's not a distraction because if you're really good at that background stuff like Kirby, you're stuck doing it. Your typecast now is doing that stuff and doing it very well. See what I mean?
Right.
So they'll have some background stuff every now and then, but mostly they're just like, hey, we don't care what the background is. We just pay attention to the action in the writing. And we didn't even really bring it up but once or twice. And it's only because they actually put something nice in.
And Fanny says they'd also clip out coupons for Palisades Park out of DC Comics.
Okay, so yeah, I was wondering if anybody knew the DC stuff. I'm not aware. I could take a wild guess to say there was a bunch of stuff like that where you could clip. Let me see one of the issues. Okay, I'll show it to you. Let me turn on another light while you're talking there. You can see my scruffy beard. I haven't shaved since I think I left Saturday to go see my
interesting.
friends.
So the comic books were a dime or however much, around that time, but they'd have a 10-cent coupon for the Palisades Park near Fort Lee, New Jersey. So, I mean, really, you were getting something almost for free if you actually went to the park in a way, right?
Let me show everybody who's seen this. Anybody who's collected comics that's dealt with this crap here, right? See that? In a crappy bag and board. That's what happened to my Jungle Action #5, the first premiere of, not in his own comic book. We all know that he was in Fantastic Four. We've talked about that many times, right? So in these, I don't have the full run of this. Oh boy, I wish I did. #1 and #10 with Blade.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. Werewolf by Night is Moon Knight. So I think it's 32, JT.
Okay.
The Vampire Dracula. The Dracula one has the Blade. That's #10. Those are worth a lot of money in good condition. So these are, I think this is who said this was Marv Wolfman or Plug?
Oh, I don't know.
Plug. Yeah. Plug. Fancy and Buddy would know. So if you go to, this is issue 16. I think they're all on page 19 for some reason, which is good. And I don't know if you ever seen these Werewolf by Nights. They're pretty cool, dude. I actually want to keep these, maybe sell some other stuff to buy. This is good stuff from Marvel. Talking early 70s too, as well, right? So 17, 18, 19. Okay, there we go.
So you have the stamps in there?
Yeah, well, you got to figure out, I had to go online. They're not in every issue. So they're only in certain issues, and I happen to have 3 of them that do. They're all on page 19. Okay. So you see that?
So what's behind it? What's behind it on the page?
Stanley's soapbox.
Oh, yeah, you can cut the hell out of that, sure.
Yeah, so what's behind it, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to say right on that one. You got to check that shit, dude.
Cool.
So, yeah, you cut those out. So
whose Silver Surfer was that?
Hmm?
Whose Silver Surfer is that? Everyone knows that the Kirby Silver Surfer is the only real Silver Surfer.
Oh, I'm sure that's probably him. I don't know.
That's from Denzel Washington.
Well, that art
in the movie.
Denzel Washington, and what submarine movie was that?
What was it? Crimson Tide.
Yeah, it wasn't Hunt for Red October.
No, that's the one with James Bond. Yeah,
Bond. I'll take Anal Bum Cover. That's album cover. Oh, your mother's a whore, Alex. That's not what she said to me last night, Alex.
So you were asking me a bit ago, what do I have going on for the rest of the week? Friday, I'll be on Mark D with the C's, assuming that we're still doing Late Night Fortnite. And he will post the start time for that. It's usually 11:30 p.m. Eastern on his channel, but you never know.
Whenever he feels like it.
Yes. Well, he has a life, so it's cool. Very nice.
different characters.
And then let's see, Saturday, can't miss Saturday. I will be on at 10 to 10 Eastern on the great Admiral Teague's channel for some Saving Star Trek. And we are going over the end of season 2, or darn near the end of season 2 of Star Trek
You
Enterprise.
had a little bit of a rough episode, though. Was it this past week or the week before? Kind of a rough one.
Last one.
Not so good of a show. One of the worst ones, right?
It was an average one for season 2. I believe it was Take Flight or Taking Flight. The exact title of it always gets away from me, but yeah, it was a little bit of Top Gun. It was a little bit of 2 or 3 other stories, and it was hackneyed, cheap. Didn't let the characters grow. We didn't really learn a lot. I remember Sean Carter and I both commented that we had rosier memories of that episode of Star Trek than in the past. So we did not give it glowing grades. However, the chat did. So yes, we are. I'd encourage you to go back and watch it if you haven't. At least the first 2 hours was some good fun. I think we go right at 3, something like that. But we had a good time. I think the panel had a great time, and I think you'd enjoy listening to it. The Star Trek story is really secondary to the whole thing. It wasn't as bad as the Borg episode. Yeah, and we're watching. Thank you, Admiral. We're watching The Expanse.
Okay, The Expanse. That's this week.
Yes.
Cute.
Which is the tail end of season 2. And yes, thank you, Admiral Teague. The issue or the episode was First Flight that we watched. So, go ahead and check that one out before this Saturday, and then you'll be all caught up. No pressure on that. The Expanse, you do not have to watch beforehand because we do a watch party during the middle of our hangout and review.
Yay,
and it's a great time. Admiral Teague's got some great clips of POTUS 47 in there to break things up. Some George Lucas clips as well. So, and Sydney Sweeney and Hoshi Sato. I mean, we've got everything that you could possibly want. We've got well, you're team T'Pol. I am too, but I feel like most people are team Hoshi. So between Hoshi and Sydney Sweeney, you're not going to go wrong. But T'Pol is a nice bonus in there. So yes, Admiral Sir. Yeah,
it's a nice something starts with a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. That's where it's going to be. Let's see, Sunday. I'm probably just hanging out with Mark. I'm not going to be probably on the show, but I'll turn it over to you since that kind of wraps up where I'm headed. Don't you have something coming up tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm a little under pressure, and Buddy brought up the Expanse TV series. I forgot about that. That was pretty good for a while, I think. Wasn't it? That was they wound up in that big The Expanse. The Expanse.
Oh,
TV
I love
series.
The Expanse. I have a like a Master Replicas. Oh gosh, it's not Master Replicas, is it? But I've got the XL model of the Rocinante.
Oh, it's real?
It's just the ship from that show. Yeah.
The Expanse.
So it was a good show until the final season. I'll agree with Admiral Teague, sir. Amazon took it over after the first few seasons from Sci-Fi Channel, and it ended up being like over $1 million per episode to make, which was higher than what Sci-Fi really could budget for. And Amazon did take it over and did some really cool things with it. But then the last season was like a 6-episode mini season, and it really kind of went Rings of Power or Acolyte and it just ended. The thing is with those books, with the Expanse books, I feel like they could jump ahead and cast all new people, go like 100 years in the future and pick right up again. Yep. Thank you, buddy. Eagle Moss. Yeah, the Eagle Moss XL Rocinante. I have that. Yeah.
I almost cut my cord with my
It's sitting up there next to the Excelsior
Oh, speaking of Eagle
Intrepid
Moss,
class. Yeah.
very nice. Yeah, I will probably play Princess Bride tomorrow night because I'm just under the gun. I'm having such a hell of a time with this damn LG Blu-ray player that says Blu-ray player on it and doesn't play my Blu-rays, much less download it. And or I will, because talking to you guys about Amazon Prime or HBO Max. But if I do HBO Max, I can play some of the Batman animated movies, like Mask of the Phantasm, and some really good ones. And maybe even do a double feature night or some other stuff. Maybe like a horror, because I tried to do The Shining and it downloaded in French. Don't know. Explain it to me how I got the whole series of Spawn on 3 separate discs or 2 separate discs. Although I had to pick the episodes blindly by going online and figuring out which one was which. And then with the Princess Bride, for some freaking reason, was in Spanish, but plays on Cosme. I checked it twice, so I'll have a backup tomorrow. I think either the Transformers, the movie, but that movie didn't go over so well back in the day. A lot of people didn't like it. I haven't watched it for so long. I have to watch it. Probably go watch the first season of the regular Transformers, which fine by me. I'll do that. I'm so sick of commercials on regular stuff anyway. And Tubi and even my Roku channel, although they have Doctor Who, and it doesn't seem that the commercials aren't too bad. But you can get the BBC channel and you can play. But Cosme only seems to link to certain ones. I don't know. I tried to search for my anime Crunchyroll, but it didn't pop up. So I did. I don't have any Funko Pops, but they made these little.
Oh yeah, I've got them.
You've got them?
You know I've got them. Yeah.
So the only Batman I have figure, it's still in the bag. And you're talking about Eagle Moss. I don't know if you knew this, but they came out with this superhero collection. I've got the Superman over there. I actually made a video on it. Go check it out, everybody. Subscribe, like to the channel. There you go. There's my plug. So you can see here. So somebody brought up Eagle Moss. I think it was Buddy. It's still the best Transformers. Yeah, Teague doesn't like Optimus Prime, but he's the character's okay. Okay. Good. You didn't do the spoiler. I might play that as a double feature or not, or just to do it. Although I don't think a lot of people show up for it, but maybe. It's still the best Transformer. Okay, cool. Sweet.
Which movie were you trying to watch tomorrow?
I think as for now, I'm just going to go with Princess Bride.
What was the other one, though?
I've got Transformers movie, and then I have another one called Innocent Blood that has Don Rickles. It's a great Italian mafia. There we were talking all Italian mafia and stuff.
Okay.
And it's got the city, but it's a vampire movie. It's not. It's got the hot little vampire number in it, and she's running around town.
You were mentioning Big Trouble in Little China, weren't you?
It worked. I was downloading it while we were doing the show.
Okay, that one's on it. That one's on Prime. That one's on Prime.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's free. It's free on Prime.
I forgot that I had it on regular and DVD and Blu-ray, so I tried the regular one tonight, and it worked, and it came out fine. Nice. I'm probably do that next week. I'm not going to do that. It's too big to do in one night with not telling anybody. Robert Loggia, see, buddy, I might, if Innocent Blood works tonight, I might do that one, or I might save it because I need. If something's so short notice, people need to recognize it. Oh, sorry, he's doing Princess Bride. I'll watch Princess Bride because who can't pass up Princess Bride? But my Muppets movie didn't. Muppet Treasure Island didn't download either. That one pissed me off. I really wanted to do that one because we could do a sing along with that. That's so great. And so here's the Eagle Moss I wanted to show you, JT. And something very interesting about this one. And I have the Superman one. Okay. Very cool. And I have Red Hood. Very cool with the little guns there.
Yeah. You got a lot of stuff, man.
I've got
a lot of stuff.
Not really. It just seems like it because I'm on the show.
I'm sure if we turn the camera either way, it's about to come crashing down in on your head. You just got this nice little white wall behind you, the corner.
This is the only Batman I have. And I was like, I need a good Batman because I think you've seen my Kotobukiya, really nice, cool
does
Batman.
Does that say cast in lead?
Cast in lead. Yeah.
Hand painted and cast in lead.
Hand painted lead. So this is freaking solid lead. I don't even think you could sell this on eBay to California, or you have to give them a notice in your ad.
Well, Batman has always been known in the state of California to cause cancer due to its high toxicity.
Well, it tells you right there. Don't be like trying to chew on this thing, so that you can't have this around your kids or anything. So the number one, I never opened it. What they were notorious for is, well, number one, their figures were in freaking lead. Well, just this collection, right?
Yeah.
But they'd have a comic book. And if you guys are subscribed, you can see the Superman one. I actually went and scanned each page and made a quick little video. So you can read the number 2. I have that on my channel.
Yeah, but as long as the ink isn't flaking off the pages, you'll be okay, right? Because the comic book was made with lead, too.
Comic book's very well made, but what they did is they just threw it in this damn bag and shipped it like that. So the edges are a little worn, but it's a really sturdy comic book.
Nice.
I've got number 2. So the comic books they're magazines. But what's surprising enough is how tough they are. Watch me rip right now. But very informative. And the artwork is pretty good. Now this is, and it has it has a good story, and it tells you all the bad guys, all the stories. It's really nice for just throwing it in a bag. I don't know if people have that. I'm not keeping up with the chat now, but and look, it has really good stuff. There's Lois. And I think it had Doomsday in there. And I don't know if you've ever seen these before, JT.
I have not. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, there you go.
No.
So it's called the Superhero Collection. It's defunct now.
They have similar ones in the ship as well.
Yeah, well, you can also do all kinds of
ship
Star
models.
Trek
Yeah, they've got stuff in there too.
So I have that one with that Superman. He's cool. I mean, they're safe to touch, but if that paint wears off, you don't want to be touching it. So I've only taken these out to just look at it and put it right back. I don't even think I've taken.
Well, in your quest for monetization, would you lick one real quick?
No. Absolutely negatory. Well, in my search for a Batman, I realized I had this number 1 sitting in there, which I've never opened.
Oh.
I might open it and make a video scan of it.
Now, since we're doing the Joker, do you have any Joker paraphernalia?
No, I don't. I did. I think I've got the Red Hood one.
Okay.
And then the art and the story is crazy, dude. They do a really good job of the art and the story. And what you could have done back in the day was buy a binder for it. For some of them, they have them called the files. Would have 3 holes. This one you have to have a folder. But they made bigger ones. That's the Deadpool one I have that I never opened. That's not made in lead.
Ah, well, not intentionally. Was it made in China?
Oh yeah.
So it may have been made with lead. Who knows?
Freaking in China.
Who knows?
So I wanted to get another Batman, and I was just checking through Fleabay, and I found these 2 cute little guys. They're called Hero World.
Yeah, they look like they might be like early 2000s. Yeah. Like the illustrations from like the early 2000s versions of those characters.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's like $11 or something. I'll go on my purchase history if people are interested. Funko Hero World DC Universe. I threw away the box, so I don't know what year.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's 2000 something, maybe even later. But the Batman's got a good pose. I like that.
Yeah, it's not a bad pose.
Not a bad boat, but they're cool. Like the Batman Beyond is really cool.
What you need is one of those little small display tables that Mark C has, so you can put them on that and spin them around.
Yeah, they're so damn small though, right? I'd have to actually do the camera like I'm doing now to show it with my my Cylon Warrior over there,
Oh yeah.
because it's going to be about 5 years before I ever get my huge BSG Viper done, right?
Well, at least.
Yeah, and then I got this one. I got this because I bought the other one because it's like a 13-inch, but it's still original WB Warner Brothers. I have no idea what year this came out, but it still had the tag on it. It's a little, you know, the wings are a little bit loose, but you could just jam something up in there. So it was really cool.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so that goes really good next to my Spawn in Godzilla.
Cool.
It's really cheap. I mean, well, this one was.
That doesn't matter if it looks good and you like it.
Yeah, well, this one still had the original tag on it, so I paid a little bit more for that, but not. And I've only seen a couple of these every now and then that are in good condition. And then, yeah, whoever sent this to me, I'll give you the stars on eBay, but you could have. They didn't even dust it off. They took the pictures with the dust on it, and then shipped me with the dust on it. Still, they didn't even like. Oh, somebody paid for this. Let me dust it off. No, it was like covered in dust. I was like, what the? Come on, man. But it got here and it wasn't broken. So it's like, you get 5 stars for that, I guess. I'm not going to complain on your eBay because you didn't dust it, but you know, that's some lazy shit right there, dude. But yeah, so I know you know the Eagle Moss. Did you pick up any of their Star Trek stuff?
Yeah, I have. I am always, I'm in the hunt for one more model in particular, but they haven't made it in years. And I don't have anything ready to show at the moment, but I have the Excelsior, the NX 2000 XL sculpture or model. You know, I have the Delta Flyer XL. I have the Deep Space Nine XL that has the signed monogram from, Major Kira.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, you have to show that stuff off.
Oh, one of these days I will. It's just not in a perfect spot for me to
now
show them. But yeah, Nana Visitor signed monogram for that. And then I also see here's what I had, and I was kind of getting inspired by Mark D with the C. Is I have the Reliant from the XL of the Reliant from the Wrath of Khan. Okay, so you know now which ship I still need. It's the NCC 1701 refit / if I can get the A, I'll get the A. Ooh. But those were made and sold out quickly. If you get an Enterprise that's not the D Enterprise, it will sell out like hotcakes immediately. The not real Star Trek with, yes, the cage. I don't want to go into it with the cage. You can get that ship as well, and you can of course get all the fake Vomit New Trek. So my goal was to try to hang the Reliant XL and the Enterprise XL from the ceiling and get kind of like a little, face-off scene, kind of like how it would have been in Wrath of Khan. But I need that Enterprise.
Very nice. Well, I might have some good news for you here, dude.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to find the site that because they have redone the original line of the Vipers and Battlestar Galactica models, especially the MK1. It's like, it's out of stock. Of course it is. $69. It is from England, and I waited and could have got it for $69. It's cheaper if you buy 2 or 3, which I would have done because they have the Galactica. Oh no, that's the modern one. I don't want that one. Anywho, you can still get them on eBay, but I could have got a brand new one that they've redone. But it's the original thing, and they have, I believe they have Star Trek. Star Trek. Let me pull this up for you. Star Trek Eagle Moss. Yep. I wonder if I can find the, while I'm doing this for you, brand. No. Oh, that's because I had it starred. Browse brands. There it is, Star Trek. Now they've got Lower Deck stuff. I'm looking for Eagle Moss stuff. I don't think they have any new Eagle Moss stuff.
Yeah.
No. Okay, that was only about a.
Well, Eagle Moss went out of business, right? So
yes.
That whole.
Well, Master Replicas got a hold of the rights.
They did, and they lost the rights as well to Star Trek last year.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why they don't have any of the older stuff, and all the Star Trek stuff is crap, like Lower Decks and stuff like that. Okay, so their Battlestar Galactica, though. Well, they have Star Trek the original. No, like a coffee mug, and it's crap. It's
buddy, you're right.
No
Eagle Moss's name itself is dead, and UK Master Replicas, which is where I got these models from, that bought the name and bought some of the molds and some of the back stock from their bankruptcy, but then they lost the rights to, I believe, everything that's not New Trek.
Ooh, they do the Expanse.
They do the Expanse, and that's where I got the Rocinante from. Yeah,
it's out of stock too. Let me show this.
Sure.
While we're enabling, because we went through that Joker comic pretty quick. Share your screen. And I think somebody in the chat had mentioned it as well. The Rocinante?
I think so.
Or was that you?
Oh, I mentioned it earlier. Yeah.
Gotcha. Let me pull that down. Add stage. And of course, I've got to mess with it here, right? Let me see if I can expand. Look it on YouTube. It's a pain in the ass. Everybody knows it's a pain in the ass to have to do this. So just bear with me for just a second. I can expand it. So there's the website. I will put that in chat. Copy.
That price is before shipping from the UK, actually, which...
Yeah, their shipping isn't bad. When I went to get the Viper, and I was like, oh, how much do 2 or 3 of these cost?
Wasn't bad at all. When did you do the shipping?
That was about 6 months ago.
And what happened since the last 6 months?
It sold out.
Think about things coming from one place to another.
Tariffs. Yeah. Well, you can go on here right now and just add up with what you think you might. There's the link. Where is the... Okay, there we go. So there's the Rocinante extra large, by the way. So that was probably a pretty good size model. Which size is the one you got? Is this the one?
It's that XL? One. It's that one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice, dude. Very nice. I would like to go back and get some Alien stuff. I wonder if they have... Search brands. Brands? Oh, Blade Runner. Ooh,
yeah, they got a bunch of Doctor Who. They have some Dune stuff. And the Stargate stuff I actually like too. The Matrix and the Orville were pretty good. The problem is you got to find a place for this stuff. And that is something I don't have.
Well, they got a good I need a good TARDIS. I don't have a TARDIS. There's a Scaro set of Daleks just out of stock. Fuck shit.
Yeah, anything good is usually out of stock on that site. You'll find that out real quick.
Look at holy cow. The Movellian is there $16, but right next to the Weeping Angel, because it's a 6 scale, 100.
Yeah.
With swappable heads. No shit.
Cool. But that figurine is a lot higher quality too.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's K9. 18. Oh, I watched this the other day, Alpha Centauri, and background stuff. She talks like that for me. Remember that one? Out of stock. All these are... The Dalek drone's not out of stock because everybody probably has one. Wow, they've got a pretty good Santa. I like the Cybermen. The Cybermen were cool. Anyway, you want to look at the, would you say they have Stargate stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have the ring, right? You got to have that.
Yep.
Sorry for the scrolling up. It wouldn't let me. To the brands. Battlestar Galactica. The only one I really cared about, MK1, it's out. But the prices itself were pretty decent. It's like 60, 70 bucks. You can find them on eBay. Sometimes they're even 100 something, 110, stuff like that. Stargate. We're going movie or SG1? Let's go movie.
SG, well, that or SG1.
Oh, look at that. The pyramid.
You're not going to have much on the movie right now. But SG1 was the
Ross Pyramid premium model, 120. It's a pre-order. Let's see. Let's check this bad boy out. Wowzers. Well, it's 30 centimeters. That's around 12 to 13. Yeah, 13, 12 inches. 12 inches across, 8 inches tall. Not bad. I'm sure it's quite detailed as well, right? Looks like it.
yes.
And let's go to the series. Oh, too far. Brands. Stargate. SG1. There's the ring. Not bad. Looks nice. Does it work though? Does it move? There's the ships. Thor ship. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. What do you think of that one, JT?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thor ship
There's
is really
cool stuff.
cool.
Although I don't know if it's painted very accurately. But
well, I can tell you, man, they do for fine detail. I'll take the Superman out. Oh, nope, it's taped. I never took that one out. I was right. I've never taken that one out. I think I took Red Hood out. It was kind of a biatch trying to get it back in. Where are my gloves? Yeah, I'll use this thing over here. But anyway, let's look at these ships. Oh, the Goa'uld mothership. That's not bad. I like Thor's ship, dude. That's impressive.
mm-hmm.
That's really cool. We need to go see if they have aliens, the Nostromo and the fighter.
They have the Nostromo. Yeah, they do.
I wonder if they have what's the drop ship one?
Up one.
What's the drop ship one called?
Oh,
the one they wreck.
Put me on the spot. Yeah, I know.
Wreck down
into. Yeah, it's
there it is.
UCMS.
It's just called the
Lander one or Aliens drop ship.
Okay. Yeah, the drop ship. That's a cool one. Game over, man.
Game over, man. Game over.
Everybody loves that line, of course. I do as well. I love when he says, "What are you crying about? She's been surviving the whole time."
I sent you a link in the private chat. You want to check that out?
All right. Holy crikeys.
Did you share that one? Yeah.
All right. Let me remove that one.
So, folks, I sent Dave the eBay of the one that I am looking for. And you'll see why I can't find it here if he can bring it up in a second. So this is the Eagle Moss 1701A,
Whoa.
which isn't even technically the refit. It's the A, but the XL version with the magazine in the bag unopened. See, it originally went for $75 or 50 pounds. Yeah. The cool grand.
Wow. Unopened.
Yes. Now they have an opened one for $700.
Well, the dilemma would be for
your two choices.
What are your two choices here? Do you want to buy that and then give it to somebody in your family one of those days, right?
No.
Or
Because you know what's going to happen is eventually somebody will take over Star Trek that knows what they're doing, and then they'll start making these again or something like it, and the value of this will just plummet.
Oh, Buddy doesn't like the Eagle Moss ones. Even the TARDIS, Buddy. Have you seen one of those up close? I don't have any of the Doctor Who stuff, but I love just if I'm doing stuff. I told JT I like listening to. It's weird, but
Yeah,
Speed Racer in the background or old Doctor Who classics on Roku channel because the commercials aren't too bad. As long as you don't watch a relatively new movie, the commercials aren't that bad. But I was just going to get BBC channel, but then I'm going to have to sit down and watch them.
Right. Now, see, Dave, this right here on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the Saving Star Trek show by Admiral Teague.
Hi.
And, Admiral, sir, I know you pay us quite the salary. I'm hoping one day to be able to afford this. I know the economics of the future are somewhat different.
Right. But are you going to buy the one that's already opened because it saves you the $300 and some dollars, which is a pretty good.
There could be a nearly undetectable blemish on it.
Could be. Like I scratched my little Batman right on his leg right there, and I noticed it.
Honestly, I would buy the $700 one over the $1,000 one, which I'm not buying either one because I did get rid of the boxes.
Oh,
they just simply take up too much room. They take up too much room. I have nowhere to put the boxes.
If it's for like these little Funko World ones for $11, you throw the box away immediately. The something like that, you have to keep the box. It's part of the.
I have the box of the Rocinante, but I don't plan on selling these. I don't plan on getting rid of them.
Yeah,
but don't. But no, simply, Dave, you figure it's like a 12-inch model. The box is twice the size, and you get 6 or 7 of those. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think Mark has
got a shelf for the boxes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I know Mark has a problem with his Hallmark figures because
he keeps
them so he can put them back in the boxes. He puts them. I guess he undoes them every year, or the ones he wants to use.
I mean, look, if I really wanted to make the money off of them, Dave, I'd never taken them out of the boxes in the first place and done what they did.
That's the thing. So it's like you buy a 19 Shelby Cobra Mustang, whatever number it is, right? I'm talking about. And you keep it in your garage most of the time, only drive it because you're going to give it to somebody in the family. You're not going to sell it, but you don't want to drive it every day. So for something like this, you're going to open it.
Oh, yeah.
Or
you buy 2. Honestly, you buy 2. You have one for yourself and you have one for if you ever want to sell it.
Well, if you could give it away, it's still worth a lot of money open.
I'll go on the Rippaverse, and when they come out, like ISOM number 3, I've got the mass print copy coming to me that I'm going to read, and then I usually get the cover C, which is the holographic, like the really, really nice cover that's limited print, and I don't open that one. So I end up usually getting 2 copies. And it's a little more expensive, but I get a reader and a keeper, right?
Reader and a keeper.
Yeah.
That's what I had with the Defenders number 1. So the details, I don't know how. If you get right up to the face, they even put the lines in there. So the details,
it's a little hard to make out just because the resolution of your camera, and how close you are. I don't think that's going to help it that much.
Yeah, mine doesn't fuzz out like that. It's just the lighting, right? There we go. That's not bad. So they do fairly well, but if Buddy was saying that they didn't do very well with and you notice I'm not touching this with my hands because
right
here. I'll figure out how to put him. I don't remember how to put him back in, but I'll deal with it later. Yeah, there we go. I'll just put him to the side somewhere. So I'll probably just get rid of those sooner or later. Just sell them as a bonus. Put a big warning. They're lead.
Yeah.
But the Superman's cool. And when you get these things, you want to open them. I want to open the Superman and the Batman one. I am not. I mean, I could. I don't have little kids running around or anything. So,
yeah.
All right, man.
You could always melt them down like in The Patriot if the British come back, right?
That's a great movie. And for FKHC, I don't have any South African or Australian films. In fact, I need to go back and get my Mad Max. I need to get a Mad Max collection.
Yeah.
It'll probably be on Blu-ray though. If I do, there are a few movies I need to get.
Well, between them and the Crocodile Dundee stuff, it's probably the two most famous Australian movies, right?
Oh, I would say so, but there's a few. Yeah. There's a few good ones.
Oh, there's others out there, sure.
There was one. Oh, damn! What's his name? I can't think of his. Damn, I can see his face right now, man. It's driving me insane. He had a futuristic type. I wouldn't say sci-fi futuristic, apocalyptic future action movie. Pretty brutal. Where this guy. Couple dudes running down the road while he was sitting at this dive place, and they stole his car. Whatever was in that car, because I won't spoil it. If I can remember the title, I'll show it to you one day. Brutal. Damn, sorry, I can't even think of the guy's name. It's insane when I do that. Anyway, yeah, there's tons of good old school Australian movies. The Doctor Who ones were not good in the wild compared to the pics on their site. Paint looks better for the master replicas. Would need to see in person first. Yeah, so they remade those. They're not old stock. A lot of people are like, how do you know they're not selling old stock? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. You just have to order it like Buddy said.
Right.
You can accuse them of it later. And anyway, the MK1 sold out, so it doesn't matter. But for me, other than that, I think we'll go with Princess Bride unless I can get this Innocent Blood to work. That'll be my last ditch effort for the night, trying to get something to download that's not in French, Spanish, or a commentary. And then maybe next week we'll do Big Trouble. But I definitely want to give that at least a week's notice. Then I'm going to tell a lot of people to show up for that one. Because I can do Ice Pirates soon. If I got to get a hold of Nick. I really want him to do that on Toxic Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
FKC, I wish the hell I could think of that guy's name. It's driving me freaking insane when you can just see an actor or an actress's face. Life Force, yes, buddy. The only version I have is in Blu-ray, and I can't freaking download it. That's the one where the girl walks around all naked the whole time. You knew that, right? JT?
No.
Life Force. It's got Patrick Stewart in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though.
Oh, dude. Okay,
you gotta give me like another 10 years to catch up on all these films, man.
Yeah, she's butt ass naked the whole movie.
Okay.
I mean, like full frontal, the whole movie.
Okay.
But it's a space vampire movie. It's good. I like it. I think it's great. Buddy, it looks like you like it too, or you're making fun of it. Anime, yes. So FKC 2005. If I could get Cosme to link to Crunchyroll, I could do anime right now. I could link it, and I don't know if it'll share my screen. If I can get Crunchyroll to share my screen on Cosme, I will do anime. Because most of my anime is actually freaking in Blu-ray, except Transformers. Yeah, my original run in Transformers, that's in regular. That would have to be a different night, but I would do an anime night. So like the Cosme link has a bunch of different ones that automatically will work. But when I looked up, will it link to Crunchyroll? It will not. But I'm wondering if it will link my screen. I'll have to try that next. I just did that yesterday, I think, the Crunchyroll. We can do a double dip porn night. We can do that on Sunday afternoon. I think YouTube will love it. Yes. So I don't know. I think Mrs. Dadman does one of my favorites, Cowboy Bebop. She says she shares the screen off of something. She might be doing Prime. I don't know if they actually have the DVDs.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But she told me that I think she just shares her screen. I said the problem is Crunchyroll doesn't share with Cosme. They don't have an agreement, I guess, or it's just not linked. Oh yeah, we might do Life Force. I might have to find whatever one that has Life Force and just do Life Force one night. That's going to be like a 2-week notice so that everybody can show up. The Hot Earth Naked Alien Invader. Yeah, she was brutal, man. She was brutal. She took out a lot of people. I'll have to send you. Well, let me pull up the picture of it, show it to you. And then you can get an idea. I think it's is that a 70? That's an 80, 82, 83. Oh, 85. So let me share my screen with you here, JT, and I will show you what we are talking about here. Add stage. There we go. That's the girl there. There's your characters. This is pretty good, dude. If I could get that to work, we're doing that. We're definitely having a party for that one. Because
interesting. Well, I am intrigued now.
Oh, as you well should be. It's a classic. Hey, it's got some good. Steve Railsback is a great actor in this. Once you care enough after looking at her, just walking around while she's taking. It's kind of stand the test of time for the effects. They're probably a little bit hokey at this point. It's 85, not 75. So it's not that bad. Some of the effects back then, like what was the other one? The werewolf one, where they're backpacking in Europe and they get bit. American Werewolf in London. Love that one. The transformation scenes are still pretty good. Have you seen that one, JT?
No.
Oh, that's another classic. Oh my God. American Werewolf in London. Very good werewolf movie. One of my favorite werewolf movies. Besides actually the original black and white one. It's still good. That's probably one of the original Howling, because I was younger. It scared the shit out of me. In the transformation scenes back then are not that bad. They did a really good job. You know, they filmed a lot of that stuff in reverse so that it could, when they made the art for it, do you know what I mean? Like hair coming through the pores.
Mm-hmm.
They would just pull the hair out and then film it and play it backwards because you couldn't, it was so difficult of trying to push hair through fake skin to make it look like all the werewolf hair was coming out.
Sure.
So they put it in and then pulled it. Some of the close-ups, they've pulled it out and then replayed it backwards. you know what I mean? Yeah. So they did a lot of really cool tricks and it worked. But yeah, so Ting, I think he says borderline great. The Howling was actually Robert Picardo. Holy sheep shit. I did not know that. I'm going to do that for my next movie the other night. That was hilarious. We had a good time. Lady V showed up. Yeah, the Cheech and Chong one Thursday night, JT, was great. Went over really well. It was a lot of fun. Nonstop fun, man, that movie. Oh, yeah, Ben Dickos. Animal Teague knows what that is. Where Chong can't say, he never says it right. So it makes it even more funny where he just says it wrong. Oh, yeah, Ben Dickos. Oh, Let's see. We're getting a lot of comments on the Cowboy Bebop and Life Force. Oh, Death Note. That's a good one too. That's a pretty solemn series, though. Let's see. Latino Slant. 12,000 subs. Wow. Maybe one day. I got to do more work, though. I'm only doing this Wednesday and Thursday, but it's fun. Let's see. There was a couple of good comments here about this movie. Oh, this is brutal Futurama death. And then, yeah, JT, if I can get this to work or find which place has this, I'll buy it. I'll buy it for a month or two and play some movies off it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Amazon Prime has it, but it's not cut. Can't be cut. Because if they do, there's no point in playing it. Yeah.
Looks like it's on Tubi.
So we have
It's
commercials.
free.
Yeah, but they have commercials. Yeah. And what they do with these movies is you'll get commercials to show up, and it's like one commercial or two commercials. And they're pretty quick. And then the next round, you'll get 3 or 4. And then one round, you get like 1. But then you get to like it's 4 commercials, and then sometimes up to 6. I said, I'm done. I'm not watching any movies on Tubi anymore. I'll watch some of their shows if they don't go too off kilter with that. But any of their movies, especially anything recent that they might have gotten, they're horrible with it. Oh, that's the Robert Picardo one. What else? Man, we're getting a lot of dude, I think we've got 2 movies that I need to get down. What do you think? Life Force? I'm writing it down because I've been talking about Life Force forever. It's just I know it won't play because it's on that damn Blu-ray. I could probably get it on DVD for like $2 at a gas station somewhere. 99-cent bin. Holy sheep shit. There's Life Force. And American Werewolf in London. I think I have that, but it's in Blu-ray. If I don't have it, I need to get that. With Monster Squad, I've mentioned that one before, and the original Fright Night. Have you seen those, JT?
I've seen Fright Night, but it's been a long time.
Oh, man.
None of these movies are very recent, so it's like
how
long ago have I watched them,
Well, I don't want to do any recent stuff. I'm trying to figure out stuff that, obviously the chat is going to want to, because there's so many stuff I just don't have. And if it's on HBO Max or anything like that, I could do it. I feel bad. Like FKC 2005 has, a lot of good recommendations. I just don't have them or can't get them, unless I do the pay-per-view sites. Maybe, what were you saying? Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
We'll probably have these. I'm just worried about
they might. I don't know if they'll be free or not, but
Picardo is in The Howling. Edward James Olmos is in Wolfen. Holy sheep shit. Wolfen. I haven't thought of that movie in forever. T, good job. Night of the Creeps. That's another one. Oh, I'll get to the Wolfen one here, but yeah, I'm talking about Wolfen. It was a modern day version take on, building cities on nature and stuff with a bunch of wolves, but the wolves are badass. It's an oldie. That's gotta be the 70s. Right, T? Wolfen. Holy cow. Wolfen movie. 81. Yeah, I remember the cover. So, yeah, Gregory Hines. Listen to this cast, JT. Albert Finney, Tom Noonan, who you might not recognize, but I think he was in or was he the bad guy in Red Hunter, or was that he was the bad guy in Manhunter that we talked about, that were the same, the one before Silence of the Lambs? Remember we were talking about that?
We were, yeah, a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, I think.
So Tom Noonan's been in a bunch of stuff. But it's got Albert Finney, Tom Noonan, Gregory Hines, and Edward James Olmos. And a couple other people you would recognize as B, C, and D characters. Great movie. And I'll share that to my screen too. It's an offbeat one. A lot of people probably wouldn't like it. I don't know. But there you go. I remember the cover for that. It's really good. And the wolves are terrifying when you're a kid. Yes, buddy, I was right. So Tom Noonan is the bad guy in Manhunter. He's a big dude. He's like 6'6", 6'7". Big fucking dude. American Werewolf in London. There's a dozen werewolf movies in the next 3 years. Yeah, because it was such a thing. It's a cult favorite too. Yeah. All right. On that note, we are going to roll out. If anything happens where I can't get this one called Innocent Blood to, and I'm going to show that real quick, JT, and get you out of here.
Sure.
Only because I might play this if it works. Don Rickles in this. So good. And who else was in it? Somebody else. Well, if people in the chat, and I know our chat rocks because they're so knowledgeable. Robert Loggia, Don Rickles, Anthony LaPaglia, Luis Guzman, Sam Raimi, Chaz Palminteri. So it's all the Italian guys. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Italian action movies too that are very cult classic, but poorly done.
Oh, this wasn't, I liked it. Dude, if this works, I'm playing this. It'll probably come up in French. And the leading girl, she's French. But there you go. Don't let those. I mean, the effects are a little weird. The blood and stuff is pretty good. But the Italian mafia guys with Don Rickles, and LaPaglia and Palminteri are hilarious, man. It is pretty brutal. And a couple of scenes are pretty brutal. So it's cheesy and brutal. I'll tell you that. But if I can get that one to work, we're doing that one. If not, we'll go with Princess Bride. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. JT, as always, it's a pleasure. Glad you can make it. And Admiral T, Phantom Outsider, Buddy Hepburn, Lady V, FKC 2005. And I don't think I missed anybody, but as I always say, if I do, I'm sorry.
There's a couple lurkers at least, and you get dozens of people on the rewatch anyway, or the re-listen. So thank you to all of those people that listen to us after the show is over. We really do appreciate that as well.
Yes, definitely. Innocent Blood. Fancy, if that works, we're going to play that. I haven't seen that in a while. It's really good. And one more. This was toward you, JT. I noticed.
Oh, yeah. So Sean's channel might be having something coming up in about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. If you want to link that, and then we're going to be out of here. That's up to you. But it's not on Sean's channel, though, is it? His channel?
That is his channel. Oh,
I know I'm subbed to it. That's Sean Carter?
Yes.
Sean Carter from Oz. as Raquel would say it. All right, guys, we got to go. JT's got to go to bed and do grown-up stuff in the morning. So thank you once again. Chat, you rock. You're so good. And see whoever shows up tomorrow. With that, have a good night.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.